You're 18 years old. While most people your age are dreaming about the next party, thinking about their grades, or worrying about their future, you are wide awake. You're staring at code at 3 a.m. in a room lit only by the cold blue light of a dual monitor setup. You aren't doing this because you have to for a university assignment. You're doing it because you want to. To you, this screen isn't just lines of text or boring documentation. This isn't just code. It's a complex, living system, a vast, intricate clockwork mechanism made entirely of math and logic. And systems are unique because they can be understood completely if you look close enough. They can be controlled. They can be broken without ever actually shattering a single physical piece of hardware. Tonight, your curiosity is about to turn into something much more significant and life-altering. You're about to take $16 million, not by hacking into a secure server in a basement using brute force, not by guessing a weak password or sending a phishing link to a naive employee. You are going to do it by understanding something much better than the very people who spent years building it. You have found a microscopic crack in the foundation of their logic, and you are the only one in the world who knows how to exploit it before the sun comes up.
You've always been different, since you were a kid. Where other people saw user-friendly apps and shiny interfaces, you saw the underlying logic. Where they see money in a bank account, you see movement and flow. You see patterns and weak points where others see stability. You don't trust systems, you study them, because every system ever created is built on a series of human assumptions, and assumptions are dangerous because they can fail. This is why crypto is perfect for you. It's the ultimate expression of your worldview. There are no middlemen, no rules outside of what is written in the code, no lawyers or managers to stop the execution, just pure logic. And if everything runs on logic, then whoever understands it best is the one who wins. That idea sticks with you like a physical weight because it means something incredibly simple. You don't need permission to succeed or to be wealthy. You don't need a degree or a corporate title. You just need to be right. In a world of decentralized finance, being right is the only currency that actually matters. You spend your days deconstructing smart contracts, finding the places where the developers got lazy or where their math didn't quite line up with reality. You aren't looking for a back door, you're looking for the rules that allow you to walk through the front door and take everything. This belief is what fuels your long nights and keeps you digging deeper than anyone else.
At first, you aren't even trying to take anything. You are just exploring the vast digital wilderness of the blockchain. You're reading smart contracts on Etherscan, watching how liquidity pool prices react to different volumes of trade. You're testing small ideas and seeing how far these decentralized protocols can stretch before they reach a breaking point. And then, on a random Tuesday night, you notice something. It's small, almost completely invisible to the casual observer, a pricing inconsistency in a specific flash loan sequence, a tiny imbalance that shouldn't exist if the automated market maker was functioning perfectly, something nobody else seems to see because they're looking at the UI, not the underlying mechanics. You pause, you look again, you run the math on a physical piece of paper, then on a scientific calculator, then in a custom simulation script. You check every possible angle, trying to find a reason why this wouldn't work, but it still works. You try to break your own idea with edge cases. You search for the safeguard that would stop a massive transaction. It holds, again and again. This isn't just some random noise in the market. This is a deep structural flaw, a real one. And if you're right, it isn't just a way to make a little profit. It is catastrophic for the entire protocol and everyone invested in it. You found the logic error they missed.
Now everything changes. This isn't just a theoretical discovery anymore. It is a decision that will define your life. You know exactly what this code can do. If you push the button, the system won't correct itself. It won't call for help. It will follow its rules all the way to failure. exactly as it was programmed to do. You start thinking about it constantly while you're eating, while you're pretending to listen to your friends, while you're trying to sleep. Your mind keeps circling back to that flaw, running endless simulations in your head and on your terminal. You adjust every variable. You perfect the sequence of transactions. You need to make sure the liquidity is there and that the price slippage doesn't eat your profit before the exploit completes. Step by step, you build the execution script until eventually there is no uncertainty left in your heart. If you run this script, you don't just win a little bit of money, you drain the entire protocol completely. This is the moment most people stop. This is where it becomes real and stops being theory. Most would be afraid of the consequence or the ethics of the situation. But you don't stop, because in your mind, this isn't wrong. You aren't hacking anything. You're not breaking into a vault or picking a lock. You are interacting with a public, permissionless system exactly how it was designed to be interacted with. If the design allows for this outcome, that isn't your fault. That's the fault of the builders. Logic is where you are strongest, and logic says this money belongs to whoever can take it.
So you prepare. Everything is ready on your desktop. Every step has been calculated to the microsecond. Every risk is understood. There is no excitement in your chest, no sudden rush of adrenaline, just a deep, cold focus. Then you run it. There is no dramatic countdown or warning, just a single command entered into the terminal. The system responds instantly. Your transaction hits the blockchain and is picked up by the miners. Liquidity floods in as your script begins its work. Prices start shifting across multiple decentralized exchanges. The imbalance you discovered begins to grow, feeding on itself. The logic holds exactly like you predicted it would. Everything moves fast, faster than any human can react, faster than any admin can understand. To the outside world, this is a sudden, inexplicable disaster, but to you, it already happened 100 times in your head. And then, it's done. You check your digital wallet. The balance has updated. $16 million in USDC. No alarms are ringing in your room. No sirens are wailing outside. There is no one standing there to stop you. It's just numbers sitting there, waiting in your private address. For a moment, everything is quiet, but somewhere else, on the other side of the screen, everything is falling apart. Users are watching their balances drop to zero in real time. Confusion is turning into absolute panic on social media. Messages flood the official channels asking what just happened. They think it's a bug or an attack, but the system is simply doing what the code says. The team behind the protocol scrambles. They're trying to understand the transactions, trying to find a kill switch to stop the bleeding. But they can't, because nothing is technically broken. The smart contract is functioning perfectly, and that is the terrifying reality they have to face. Then comes the message through a public transaction note. They are desperate. They ask you to return the funds. They offer you a bounty, a percentage to keep if you just give the rest back. This is your exit, your clean ending. No legal escalation, no permanent enemies. Just take your millions and walk away. You read the message, you think about it for a long time, and then you say nothing. Because in your mind, you didn't steal, you didn't cheat, you played the game better than they did. But silence has its own set of consequences. They start digging. They stop looking at the code and start looking for the person. They look for usernames, linked wallets from years ago, and old forum conversations. They find tiny details you didn't think mattered at the time. Individually, these clues are nothing, but together, they form a pattern, and patterns always lead somewhere. Slowly, the digital investigators get closer. They trace your original funding source to an old account. They find a footprint. And that is when the reality finally shifts. You realize something chilling. You're not invisible anymore. The system you exploited isn't just code. It's connected to a world of law and real-world enforcement that doesn't care about your logic. They have your IP, they have your history, and they are coming.